What's going on, guys? Living Zombies here, back with another Pokemon Go video. And guys, we are back at it with a late night upload, and that is because Pokemon Go did drop a bombshell tweet at 9 p.m. Eastern. Guys, they did post a teaser video, of course, for the Galar legendary Pokemon Eternatus, which we have talked about before due to previous data mines from the Pokemon group. We have talked about numerous updates in the game's coding related to Eternatus. One of the latest ones was this one right here. The move Dynamax Cannon has been added to the game, which is the signature move of Eternatus. So again, changes in the game's coding that have been related to Eternatus like this, we have seen multiple times already throughout the timeline of a few months. So let's go ahead and get into what the teaser video was that Pokemon Go did post on their social media platforms. This is the video right here. Let's go ahead and play that right about now, and we can see those crown forms of Zacian and Zamazenta, which just got released. Pokemon Go Fest transitioning into the Max Finale event. That is what they're calling this. And that right there, let's go back to that, guys. Again, this is called the Max Finale event, but this right here, this is Eternatus, the Eternamax form of Eternatus coming down from the sky. Pretty similar to this picture right here. That is what they're referring to right there in the sky that Crown Zacian and Zamazenta are, of course, chasing after. So yes, again, we can use Crown Zacian and Zamazenta in max battles. We are able to do so, but again, this is called the Max Finale event, happening on August 23rd and on August 24th. Now, if you check Pokemon Go's recent blog post, it does say this about what they posted on Twitter. Trainers, gather your friends, power up your Pokemon, and save the date. Pokemon Go Fest 2025 Max Finale is arriving August 23rd and August 24th. Prepare while you can, because the countdown to something big is starting. Now, let me say this first, guys. The Eternamax Eternatus, this will be a very challenging max battle in Pokemon Go. I reckon you can at least join up to 40 trainers like a Gigantamax battle, but honestly, they might even let more trainers join this max battle because, again, this will be very difficult. So there could be like a max cap of 100 trainer lobbies for the Eternamax Eternatus, because remember, this is, I believe, like the best Pokemon in the entire franchise in terms of stats. The Eternamax Eternatus is very, very good. It's so good you cannot even catch it legitimately in any Pokemon series game. When you defeat Eternamax Eternatus in Pokemon Sword Shield, you just catch the Eternatus afterwards, and you're not able to Eternamax that Eternatus because, again, it is super overpowered. So I reckon that's what's going to happen in Pokemon Go, where we do battle the Eternamax Eternatus, but when we catch it, we cannot Eternamax that Eternatus in any kind of max battle. It's going to be similar to Crown Zacian and Crown Zamazenta, where it's just going to stay in a non-Dynamax form throughout the entire battle. But we can still battle with the Eternatus, and we could probably still use its signature move in those max battles. And in the main series game, its signature move does do double damage to Dynamax Pokemon. So this could be a very good Pokemon to use in max battles after catching it. And yeah, there was a recent tweet from the Pokemon group that did say this. There's a new tutorial max battle, no encounter, kind of making it seem like you're not going to encounter the Eternatus, but maybe that's referring to you're not going to encounter Eternatus in its Eternamax form. They did also quote tweet that tweet and said this, that yes, this is for Eternatus. Apparently, we're going to do a max battle, but we won't get an encounter. Question mark, what's the reward? Eternamax, no Eternatus tutorial data, and Eternamax with Eternatus tutorial data. So I think this kind of just refers to that you're not going to encounter it in its Eternamax form. Now, there could be some bad news to this release because there was a new setting that lets you restrict certain max battle levels to in-person play only. So this could be a new difficulty of level for a max battle, and maybe it could be in-person only. You cannot remote join an Eternamax Eternatus. So if that is the case, and this truly does require like a lot of trainers, this could be pretty bad for communities that don't have many trainers. But again, nothing is set in stone, guys, so we may be able to invite trainers. We don't know as of yet, but what I do know is that this will be a pretty difficult battle. So yes, with this being a difficult battle, what Pokemon should you bring to an Eternamax Eternatus battle? Well, with Eternatus, guys, do remember it is a dragon and poison type Pokemon, so therefore I believe it does have 4 different weaknesses. So we do have Psychic, Ground, Ice, and Dragon for its weaknesses. So in terms of max attackers, aka the Pokemon you switch to when you use a max move up against the max battle Pokemon, in this case the Eternamax Eternatus, what Pokemon should you switch to? Well, in terms of a Psychic type Pokemon, definitely use that Metagross. Metagross should be the best Psychic type Pokemon that we have at the moment, but also I guess you could be using the Eon Duo because Dynamax Latios and Latias should be getting released in July, so those might be some pretty good counters to use up against the Eternatus too, because they do also have Dragon type moves too, which it will be weak to Dragon type Pokemon too. So the Eon Duo in terms of max attackers might be pretty decent up against the Eternatus. So I do recommend catching a few Latios, Latias, mainly Latios in this case, because I think it is the better attacker. So yeah, catch a few Latios during that upcoming max battle weekend at the end of July. So again, in terms of Dragon typing, Psychic typing, Metagross and Latios will be the best max attackers to use up against that Eternatus that we have access to at the moment or sometime soon. But again, it will be weak to ground type Pokemon too. So Excadrill could be another decent option to use up against the Eternatus. It is going to be weak to the ground typing because it is part Psychic type. And then also for the Ice typing, Gigantamax Lapras could be another pretty good option up against the Eternamax Eternatus. Now also, Crown Zacian did just get globally released, so hopefully you guys did grind some energy for Crown Zacian, because Crown Zacian will be another pretty good max attacker up against Eternatus, and also a pretty good tank up against Eternatus too, based off of its typing, Fairy, and Steel. Now in terms of some other good tank Pokemon you could use, I reckon you can still use the Blissey, the Snorlax maybe. You could maybe even try to use the Corviknight Dynamax as well. Those all should be some pretty decent tank Pokemon. And remember, we do have 2 different options now to increase the amount of damage we do to a max battle Pokemon. We do of course have Max Mushrooms, which do double the damage that we deal up against max battle Pokemon. So Max Mushrooms are the best thing to use, but also the Adventure effect of Crown Zacian. Remember, your attack will be doing more damage up against max battle Pokemon, but I believe it's only a 5% increase, but an increase is an increase. That might be make or break in some scenarios on taking down this Eternamax Pokemon. So yeah, guys, again, those will be some pretty good counters to use up against the Eternamax Eternatus, so I don't recommend skipping out on the Eon Duo max battle weekend, because again, they might be pretty decent attackers to use up against the Eternamax Eternatus. But guys, now that we do have confirmation that this legendary Pokemon from Galar is dropping in Pokemon Go at the end of the season, are you guys excited for this Pokemon? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, drop a like on the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.